We're going to Germany now. And we've had such a range of perspectives, mostly lawyers, but we're going to now have some non-lawyers talking. But these are non-lawyers who have earned a law degree through the hard knocks of fighting in court for at least a decade as the advocates for homeschooling families in Germany, where, as Lorcan mentioned, the jurisprudence in the European Court of Human Rights is directly because of Germany, because of Germany's insistence to persecute, repress, oppress, and not allow homeschooling legally. People do it in Germany, but they have to hide. They have to endure constant legal pressure and threats of the youth welfare authorities taking their children. German families have moved out of Germany in the thousands so they could homeschool. They have fled to other countries, virtually being chased by police, by social workers. Some have come to the United States where they have applied for political asylum. That's crazy. Why does Germany do this? Well, that's, we could teach a course on that probably, and I don't understand why. But Jonathan Ertz and his wife Irene are involved in leading the fight to try to find a way for parents to be able to educate their children. They are the parents of, is it 9 or 10? 9 lovely children. Turn on your microphone, guys.
9.
There we go. Yeah, 9 beautiful children. Jonathan is a farmer by trade. Irene is from Canada. And Jonathan is the president of 2 associations in Germany. Well, one association, the Freedom for Education Association in Germany, leading the fight for freedom of education in Germany, and also another association that is fighting for a particular methodology that they hope maybe the German state will recognize, and they've been fighting in court for years and years. So Irene, please share with us your experience, some lessons you've learned, and some ideas that for other people today. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you very much.
Okay, thanks, Mike. You can hear me?
Yes, very well. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to make the introduction on the request of my husband because of language technical issues. So I'll just, like you've said, I come from Canada, from the Niagara region, and we came to know homeschooling from there, obviously. But I'll just give you a rough overview of our situation. We live in Germany, and this is a very tough country with regards to any sort of homeschooling, as you've said, and as you all know. Germany is known to be the inventor of compulsory school education 300 years ago. For the past 100 years, compulsory education can only be fulfilled by attending a school building. So everybody in Germany really doesn't know anything about homeschooling, or doesn't know anything about anything else than sending kids to a school until last year, of course. And homeschooling was really considered as something very strange, very weird. The last homeschooling court case started in 2001, ended in 2006, the Conrad case, and the Constitutional Court decided against them. And since then, as you've said, the ruling, or the jurisprudence, I guess you lawyers call it, we are lay lawyers, and that has been written in stone since then. There was an attempt at lobbying parliamentarians after that in order to make a grab at a majority, but that wasn't very successful. And as we all know, in a democracy, you need to be able to count to 50. So that was never really an alternative. But Germany has a long tradition of freedom for private school. And essentially, if the outcome of the education provided by a private school is deemed equivalent to that of public schools, they have to be recognized. And that's essentially what we've been doing. We operate a private school with only 1 day of attendance per week, almost like you would have in the US as a weekly co-op. So, and we've been fighting for getting this school officially recognized now for many years, in order to take on students and for them to be able to meet the requirement of compulsory schooling in that way. So that is homeschooling for us at the moment. That's what's, and I think Jonathan will probably can give you a little more information on what's actually happening now.
Well, we don't need to discuss the issue actually. We think that we can win the case. We are at the Federal Administration Court right now and facing then the Constitutional Court, of course. So, but if somebody wants to start a court case, so that was maybe the question you sent me to give maybe some advice for that. So I would advise, first of all, take care of the file. So if you go to court, you always have to have in the back of your head, you have to know the judge will decide on the basis of the file. So try to make the file in favor of your case. Secondly, what I would say, it's always hard to change a legal frame that is already made by the higher courts. So the jurisprudence, you call it. It's always hard to change that. Maybe it's sometimes better to make it matching, or make it cause matching into that frame, let's say by an expert report or something else of education, maybe. So there we have to be creative and think about what can we do to matching it in or fitting it into the legal frame which is already there. I would say first of all, you need persons that are really dedicated and motivated for the cause. This was a mistake we made in the beginning. We had a partnership with a Christian school, and this had some advantages in Germany under the German private school law. But this organization was not as motivated and as dedicated to the cause as we were. So as soon as the cause got a little bit hot with the school administration, so they just kicked us out and let us sit in the rain then outside. So never do that. You always have to have persons that are really motivated and dedicated to the cause, and they think day and night about the case, and of course they get new ideas, and I would always say revelation about it. So that's really, if you don't have a lawyer or attorney that is really motivated and dedicated, think that the suggestions and proposals to the attorney, you have to give them the information and studies and all that stuff. So don't just sit back and think the lawyer or the attorney can do everything. You have to be the person that is motivated and has to help out in the case. Finally, I would say we need always to have in mind we also have to win in the courtroom of society. So it's always easier for a judge to decide in your favor if the public opinion is supportive or at least open for the issue. So that means we have to have some media attention, but always take care is that possible. It's better not to have too many media attention, but positive ones, than to have so much attention. So that's what I would say. We always have to take care that we have some media people that are open for our case. And I guess you understood what I meant.
Yes, Jonathan, we understood. That's all you have to say for now? Irene, do you have anything else to add?
No, just hang in there.